being here. My name is Wendy Hyatt. I am part of the Worcester Polka Dot Powerhouse Leadership Group, and I am here today with Jessica Robinson, who is going to be our October speaker of the month. And we are meeting early this month. It's October 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. In Shrewsbury at Peaceful Creation. So awesome. Nice. It's nice to have you on today, Jessica. How are you?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Great. All right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Jessica is has been a WUDOT since
Mhm.
January of 2024, and she
Yep.
lives in Framingham with her dog Grace. She has been drawn to learning and fostering her curiosity to the point of nerdiness from her words, serving others and making her corner of the world a little bit better. Her Filofax, nicknamed the external brain with its fountain pen,
Mm.
are generally within arm's reach. She loves a good book. She's newly obsessed with music bingo and adores
Mhm.
spending time with friends. The Beatles were right when they sang, I get by with a little help from my friends. So, Jessica is going to be talking to us this month about the alignment cycle, moving from misalignment to alignment. So, Jessica, how did you choose this topic?
Well, it's a couple of things. One, it's something I created a couple of years ago as a means as I was recovering from nose surgery. And I had seen a friend of a friend had done a call out for essays for an anthology she was putting together for artists who were looking to get back into creating art. And the caveat was you couldn't talk about time management or productivity. And I was like, well, that's kind of an interesting problem, an interesting challenge. So I had taken the process that I went through with the doctor going, there was a problem. I sounded like I was snoring all the time, and which was enough to get me to actually go to the doctor. And doctor said I had a deviated septum and it was totally misaligned and like knocked to the left like 60 85%. Okay. And so then it was okay, so we're going to do all of these tests and figure out what you need to do. So I said okay, and allergies, all this other nonsense, and to figure out what the plan was going to be. And then it became very clear that I needed to get surgery to realign my nose. And then once it was aligned, it was, oh, I can breathe and I can smell. I didn't realize how much I couldn't smell anything. So I took that similar process and I was like, huh, this is interesting. You take this very simple cycle and use it somewhere else because the steps were the same. You identify that there's a problem, which or change or a thing that something's going to give. And whether it be school's ending, or I blew out a tire, I need a new job, whatever the change is, you can work on it. So I was like, all right, so identify the problem, and then you take stock and you say, well, what's available to me, who's there, what's there, what skills do I have, what can I do, you know then when you do the realignment piece, it's what's the plan, put together the plan, execute the plan, and then when you get through that and you're like, oh, it's life is better. And one of the pieces that I always liked about the dots and that I kind of put in there was actually acknowledge what you did and say, yay, this happened. This is now better. and then you integrate it, so then you go through the cycle again.
Hmm.
So you take what you've learned and add it to all the things you got going for you and go through it again. And so, because by the time I had surgery, I was like, oh, I can breathe again. Small detail, small life detail. And but I still had all my yoga practices, all the meditation, all those pieces. I could bring all that with me going forward. And that's why it's a cycle. And
Awesome.
so that's the beginning story of how this whole process came to be.
Awesome. And I think that was
Mhm.
really clear in terms of why it came about and how the audience, the people who are going to be listening to your talk can actually implement that into their lives because I mean, problems, challenges will always come up.
Mhm.
And how do we sometimes it's just taking a step back and saying like taking inventory like you said and just having this stepwise process and I love how
Yeah.
you explain it. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And it's very, when stuff is going sideways, life is happening. I I created something where it was you can go kind of to ground and you can go, okay, where am I?
Hmm.
And reorient yourself in this circle.
Yeah.
On this path and it all because it goes when I draw it out, it goes clockwise. So and so it's very all right. It when I draw it out, spoiler alert, like I start with you are here, like you are, on the mall map. You're here. This is the starting point. Okay, and then you kind of move around so you can say, oh, okay, this is where I am now, and it lets you see where you're going and how to get there, so you don't forget. Because in the moment, all of us lose track because it's all the chatter. How do you kind of get through the chatter to bring it on back down? So you go, oh, right, breathe. And if nothing else, you can just, okay, hi, inhale, exhale. Do that a couple times. Okay, then you can pick it up and keep going again.
Yeah. Perfect. I think this is amazing. What a
Oh, thank you.
timely, I think it's always timely, right?
Mm,
But what tools, I mean, this is amazing. You're going to be giving us tools that we can
yep.
implement right away. And I love that. So,
Yeah, and it's simple. It's a circle and then there's a square. And that's about it.
yay. I love that.
Yeah.
Simplifying things. So, be there or be square
Square.
in a circle. Um,
Hmm. Come to maybe we'll sit in a circle and be square and sit in the circle. I don't know. We can make all the puns we want.
Yeah, but and I mean it's such a nice way to have fun with challenges too, like
Yeah.
problem solving together with Dot Sisters. So I
Yeah.
am looking forward to hearing your talk, and I'm sure
Thank you.
everyone listening is as well too. So before we sign off, tell what's a fun fact that you would love to share with us?
So these are the ones that I always use when I have to play two truths and a lie. And I'll reveal the truth later. I've been proposed to 6 times and never married. I have 2 cats and no tattoos.
Ooh, so which one's the truth? Which one's a lie? To be
Mm-hmm.
continued. You'll have to find out
Mm-hmm.
this meeting. All right.
Yep.